A bit under the weather, but I am here with you this morning with THG News Today. Good morning. I am Mervyn Hanley. We are programming for today, Monday, 8th April. THG News Today is sponsored by Carl & Sons on St. Martin, Feezes on Nevis, and Delta Petroleum. And folks, if you have not already subscribed to our network's channel, here is an opportunity for you to do so now. Subscribe. Thank you in advance for subscribing. But before we get into the news in today's spotlight, we will feature the Santal plant-based milk that folks are now running to get from Best Buy supermarkets in Anguilla, St. Kitts and Nevis, Duggins Enterprises Center Statius, and Cospro, St. Martin, and Antigua. You can get this plant-based milk in soy, almond, coconut, and oat. And I know this lady from the island of Nevis. I will talk her business right now, and I know she doesn't mind, really, right? Karen Claxton Emery, good morning to you. She has purchased quite a few of the Santal plant-based milk from Best Buy there on the island, and she's a happy and satisfied customer. So Karen, again, good morning to you. I know that you're always logged on to our network, and so I thank you for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please be sure to get yours today at Best Buy, Cospro, or Duggins Enterprises over there in Center Statius. Now, if you want to be a part of Spotlight, it's just $150 for your business. And to be part of Spotlight, contact us via WhatsApp at 1-869-667-7443. That's 1-869-667-7443. And it doesn't matter where your business is located. We'll take care of you. So tell you what, let's hear first from Delta Petroleum, and we will be right back in 30 seconds.
From coffee to shampoo to hand sanitizer, First Stop Shop is your one-stop, conveniently located at the nearest Delta Petroleum gas station.
Delta Petroleum, serving the Caribbean.
Now for our news in detail. Out of St. Kitts, the police are investigating two separate shooting incidents that occurred in St. Kitts that claimed the lives of two males and left one injured. The first incident took place at the Bastia Bus and Ferry Terminal between the hours of 11:30 p.m. on April 6th and 12 a.m. on April 7th. Responding to reports of a shooting, police officers observed 33-year-old Alex Harris of Challengers Village sitting motionlessly in a chair. Initial investigations indicate that Mr. Harris has been shot by a single-armed assailant. He was pronounced deceased at the scene. The second incident occurred at a bar on Main Street in Parsons Village, still on St. Kitts, between 1:30 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. on April 7th. Responding to the scene, police officers observed 37-year-old Rashiel James of Middle Island, St. Kitts, laying motionlessly on the ground. Preliminary investigations indicate that a single masked and armed assailant entered the establishment and opened fire. Mr. James and 30-year-old LaShawn Hazel of Main Street, Deep Bay, both sustained injuries during the attack. Mr. Hazel was struck in one of his legs and was transported via ambulance to the Mary Charles Hospital in Molyneux and then to the JNF Hospital in Bastia, where he was subsequently warded. The other, Mr. James, succumbed to his injuries at the scene. Both crime scenes were processed by the crime scene unit of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, and some items of evidential value were taken into custody. The general public will be kept appropriately informed of the investigation's developments as they progress, according to a press release from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. However, should anyone have any information about these or any other criminal incidents, you are strongly encouraged to contact the nearest police station on St. Kitts or call the Crime Stoppers hotline, that's 707. We now move to news from St. Thomas. A violent incident late Thursday night in Brookman Road resulted in the death of 2 males, left a female victim in critical condition, and a taxi driver with a gunshot wound in his upper body, the Virgin Islands Consortium has reported. The information was corroborated by the VI Police Department. The VIPD is actively investigating the shooting, which led to 1 male dying at the scene and another succumbing to his injuries at the Schneider Regional Medical Center. Video surveillance footage has been examined and investigators are seeking information from witnesses, according to police. The female victim, who was celebrating her birthday, sustained multiple gunshot wounds about her body and is in critical condition at the hospital, according to St. Thomas Police Chief Stephen Phillip. One of the deceased victims was identified as 19-year-old Sinaje Anthony. The names of the other victims have not been released. Chief Phillip described the shootings as senseless acts of violence and vowed to take every action within the law to bring perpetrators to justice. The VIPD stresses that this is an active investigation and urges anyone with information related to the shooting to come forward to assist in solving this case. And finally, in our news this morning, out of Miami, Theresa Van Vliet, the attorney for convicted former Premier of the British Virgin Islands, Andrew A. Fahie, asked the Miami court to set a later sentencing date for Fahie because of a conflict with a paid vacation she had already booked. According to the BVI News, in an unopposed motion to the court, Van Vliet also cited the need for more time to finalize potential objections to the pre-sentencing report and requested that the date be moved from April 29th to a date in late June instead. Judge Kathleen Williams granted the motion and agreed to reset the sentencing hearing for June 25th. Fahie was convicted on charges of conspiring to import cocaine and related money laundering and racketeering charges after his trial culminated on February 8th in a unanimous guilty verdict. Fahie was nabbed with Olivine Maynard, the former managing director of the BVI Ports Authority in Miami, after the two conspired with Maynard's son, Kadeem Maynard. According to court documents, the trio agreed to allow large amounts of cocaine to pass through the BVI's ports as part of a multi-million-dollar deal. The trio made with an informant of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, that's the DEA, who was posing as a drug trafficker at the time. The aftermath of Fahie's verdict has been anything but straightforward, with a troubling development that saw 2 jurors express second thoughts about their decision. The issue cast doubt over the unanimous verdict and ignited debates on the sanctity of jury deliberations and the finality of their decisions. The sentencing for Olivine Maynard had been postponed, but for different reasons. Maynard admitted guilt over her role in the plot and agreed to testify against Fahie in exchange for a lighter punishment. Maynard's son, Kadeem, was sentenced on November 20th, 2023 to serve 57 months in prison after he pleaded guilty last year to a single count of conspiracy to import cocaine. And with that, we've just concluded THG News today for Monday, 8th April. The news, of course, is sponsored by Delta Petroleum, Feeses on Nevis, and Carl & Sons on St. Martin, with 2 locations on the island, Ponfil and in Colbay. Do join me again tomorrow morning, God's willing, for a similar presentation of the news. That's at 6 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. I am Mervyn Hanley, and I am saying to you and yours, have a wonderful day.
Carl & Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years. And the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are 2 locations, Colbay and on the Ponfil. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Ponfil, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feaser's, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.